Welcome here to the Annenberg Performance Studio at KCRW. Please help me out in creating a warm and spirited welcome for Southern California's very own, the Altons.
Already.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
I've never done a live interview like this before.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay.
Me either.
Scary.
So.
Are you nervous?
A little bit, yes.
Don't be nervous.
I'm trying not to be that.
It'll get better as it goes along.
Okay.
So we're here having a chat before the performance with the lovely Adriana Flores, lead vocals. And Bryan Ponce, lead vocals and guitar.
Yes.
And first of all, what I really want to do is congratulate you and the band for this incredible music journey that you're on, all of your success that you've had. I was just, in preparing for this, going back and looking at kind of where the Altons came from and where you are. And I was listening back to your album In the Meantime from 2019. Great album, great introduction. And then I feel like you've just continued to grow so much from there. Like, you sound on your new album similar in ways to the past, but also like developed and grown so much. And so congratulations. I mean, from playing holes in the walls to selling out shows, you know what I mean? It's good stuff. So it's great to be here together.
Thank you.
It's been about a month since you released, a little over a month since you released your new album, Heartache in Room 14. Mm-hmm. How's it feeling?
It's feeling really good. We did a West Coast run, and we just got home from doing the East Coast, and seeing people's reactions and how the music is resonating with them has been so rewarding and heartwarming for sure. And hearing their interpretations of the music is really kind of what keeps us going. It's been amazing, and we feel so supported. So it's a great feeling.
I agree, yeah. And then coming here and then seeing everybody here, and just, the energy here is just, it's awesome.
Yeah, very much so. I would listen to KCRW driving to college every day, so it would keep me going. So now I wouldn't imagine that I'd be able to do this, and this is amazing that I get to do it. So I'm very, very happy.
That is so special. Where'd you go to college?
Cal State Northridge.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop. Represent Cal State. When I first heard, I think it was the first single or maybe the second from the album Float, I was like, ooh, the Altons are back. This is the glow up. And started to see some of the artwork and the logo and stuff. And just so much cinematic energy and thoughtfulness in that song alone. And then now the whole album, it's just really brilliant. It's like a no skips type of experience. Just listen to the whole thing and just soak it up. And I'm curious, it took a little while though for you to put out a new album. I mean, the last one, 2019, now we're in 2025. Right. When did you know you were ready to make a whole new album? You've had some singles come out.
I think it was just a gradual thing where we were just writing, and maybe around, it was 2024, 2023, when we had enough songs kind of just recorded, and then Gabe Roth from Daptone, he was just like, why don't we just cut an album? It's you guys, we got so many songs recorded, let's round it out and let's do an album.
But working with Gabe was kind of inspiring in an added way for you, right? Some of the ways that you approached the music itself, and maybe whether it was sonically or lyrically.
Very, very much so. I've been a huge fan of Daptone since I discovered them, like Sharon Jones and Charles Bradley. I was always trying to go see them, and that was always to me the pinnacle of that scene. And the fact that Gabe grew up here and that we got to meet him when our friend Joey Quiñones took us to meet him, I was fangirling really, really hard, and I didn't think that I was, and I didn't think that we'd be able to work with him in this capacity. Yeah. And the fact that he took interest and was into the whole idea, and then we were able to be a part of this whole scene that's kind of growing on the West Coast has been very cool. So he definitely has a lot to do with the growth and with the progression of our sound, and it's been really fun writing with him and working with him.
One of the brilliant things that has also just continued to grow is the way you two, your voices harmonize together. It's ooh, and so harmonizing, okay, it can be looked at as a technical thing where there's two voices and they're harmonizing, which can be done, right? But it's not it doesn't sound like special when everybody does it. And I was thinking about it, and it kind of reminds me of like you go shopping and you get a dress or a suit off the rack, and it fits, it's the right size. But when you get a dress or a suit that is tailored and it hugs in the right places, that's your voices together.
Oh, thank you.
That's definitely
awesome.
the best description we've had so far.
Yeah.
We're gonna clip that and we're gonna use that in every interview we got.
I'm like, can we use that? I'm like, that's great.
Yes.
Tailored made harmonies is
Yeah,
definitely.
I love it.
Yeah.
By God.
I know.
And some work. Do you recall the first time you sang together and harmonized together? Did you feel like, ooh, there's a little magic, a little something here?
Yeah, I think when we started the band and we were introduced to Adriana, and I met Adriana and Joe, they came down. They came down to our rehearsal, and we started singing together, doing a couple things. She started adding harmonies to the songs that we already had written. Oops.
Harmonize with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, already?
It's okay. I won't tell anybody it was you. But yeah, we started working on harmonies, and it was just kind of, we would take a lead on a song, or she would take a lead, and then we would harmonize with that. But it wasn't until we wrote Tangled Up in You, where it's like we really dove deep into harmonizing together.
Kind of trying to do it throughout a song, and how that was, it takes a lot of rehearsal and a lot of practice. And Gabe was like, we were in the room, and I remember when we were doing it, and he's kind of like, that's it. Like, sing it all the way through together. And we're like, all the way through? He's like, yeah. And he's like, that's the thing. So he's like, you guys should try to write more songs where it's all of you guys, where it's you two singing all the way through. So like, it kind of changed the way we approached writing songs together, and we started writing for two voices and how it would feel singing together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also sometimes in unison as well. There's like a power in that as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were also singing for the first time, I think, in Spanish on your album, right? For the Altons?
This is the second.
Second,
Second
okay.
time, yeah.
But there's
At
definitely like a number of songs that are
Yeah.
also in
Yeah,
Spanish.
I think
We have
at the
two. Go ahead.
at the end of the last song on our first record, it was actually also the first time where we kind of sang together throughout the whole thing. But it was kind of by accident. It wasn't intentional. Yeah, so we did that one in Spanish, and then we have two songs that we focused on in Spanish here
For this
record. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that challenging or natural for you to sing in Spanish?
I feel like it's pretty natural. I think like if you talk to people that are bilingual or however lingual they are, and then they sometimes like are talking to someone or they think about something and in their own head they answer it in a different language. Like I feel like it's kind of like that. Like I feel like we had things that we wanted to get across, and it just made sense to sing it in Spanish because it just made sense to us. And we also wanted something that our parents could listen to and be proud of and point out to. So that was definitely a nod
so
to our
nice.
parents. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's my daughter. Another thing that I think about with you all, you mentioned support earlier, and I was thinking about how, you know, a lot of people think of Los Angeles as being a big city and everybody's so disconnected and like, you know, whatever. But what I've learned, especially through meeting bands that are from LA, is like how small LA can feel, especially like folks in LA and like the LA area, they love their neighborhoods. People get so excited about their neighborhoods. And so when people know that you're like from their neighborhood, there's even more of that excitement.
Totally.
Well, what neighborhoods, let's get some neighborhoods out. What neighborhoods are y'all from? East Los. Santa Monica. Bay Area.
Nice.
Okay, far. That's where I'm from too. Where else?
Culver
Venice,
City.
Culver City. Pico Robertson. Alhambra. Pomona.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maywood?
Maywood, right here.
That's just me?
So wait, Maywood?
Maywood, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
You're both from Maywood?
I'm from East LA.
East LA
Yeah.
and Maywood. I
Yes.
love it. Yes.
Yes.
It's so I love it. I live in Leimert Park right now. So Leimert Park.
Nice.
Boyle Heights, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Wilmington? Yes.
We got people from all over here. This is awesome.
Lord.
We must.
This is yes. I love this so much. LA is the greatest. Okay.
It
so,
really is.
East Los represented, Maywood represented. Were there people like growing up from your neighborhoods that you looked up to as far as like musical heroes or like people that you aspired to or led you?
Tom Araya from Slayers.
Nice.
Yeah. We got a mural of him at my high school because he used to go to my high school.
Really?
Yeah. Metallica was down the street too in Downey. And then
pretty cool.
Cypress Hill, of course, is from like Southgate. So they're all like in that area.
So good.
Yeah. I like La Santa Cecilia, and I think they weren't too far from that area, so that's someone that I looked up to for sure.
So good. I was hoping you would say that, by the way.
Yeah.
And I also learned that Tom Araya funded Slayer's debut album with his money that he made as a respiratory therapist.
That's
awesome. I didn't know that.
That's what he thought he was going to do, was respiratory therapy, but the music was calling.
It's true.
Really cool. He quit his job at like Culver City. They were like, "Are you going to do your job or are you going to go on tour?" He's like, "I'm going to freaking go on tour."
Nice.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to take people's breath away.
Good night, and we're done.
All right, we're done.
Thank you guys for coming.
Okay, we're about to be done. For real, though, because we do want to get to the music.
Okay.
And we do want to take people's breaths away. Oh, you have some pretty big shows coming up, live shows. You've got Pappy and Harriet's in May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pappy and Harriet.
May 17th. And then the Greek Theater,
Yes.
The Greek Theater,
July
we're back at the Greek.
26th.
Yeah, we're
That
excited.
feels like a pretty big deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's amazing because my first show was actually at the Greek. The first concert that I went to go see was at the Greek, so it's always
Wow.
cool to come back and
What
do
concert
that.
was it?
I went to go see Joe Satriani, Yngwie Malmsteen, and Steve Vai. They were my guitar heroes at the time. I was like 12.
That's so funny.
Some of the best shows that I've seen have been at the Greek too. I saw the Alabama Shakes there, and they like blew my mind. Yeah. So
And
the
they're
fact
reuniting too.
Yeah, I know.
Very exciting.
I'm so stoked. So
Yeah.
being able to be on that same stage is pretty monumental for sure.
So what we got to do is make sure we sell it out too.
We have
Right?
to. Yeah, you
We
guys
got
gotta
to
help
sell
us
out
out.
the Greek for
Yes,
the Altons.
please.
That would be awesome.
Is there a song from the album that is, or it could be from any song that is like an audience favorite, like that you get the most response from?
I think it's changing now that the new albums come out. It's like we definitely had like the staples that we would play live before the album came out, and as the tour keeps going along, it's like the song keeps changing. It's like people are singing along to one, and they're just singing along to the other one.
Yeah, seeing
So
it in
we're
different
still- yeah.
cities is very cool. So
Yeah.
What
Each
was that
city-
you said?
Seeing it in different cities,
yeah.
like people have different favorites, and it's cool to see.
Well, I think we should see what this audience
Yeah,
has
we'll
as a
see.
favorite. What do you say?
Hometown. Yeah, we're ready.
I'm ready.
All right, give it up for the Altons.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Keep it going. You got to keep cheering the whole time.